I mean, we've done well with that, to something that has to be much better. You have to prove that this works, and then you've got to go through all of the clinical trials, phase 1s, phase 2s, phase 3, and then show that this particular product is going to be good over a period of years. That alone, if it works perfectly, is going to take a decade.
We only knew if those vaccines protected against severe disease and hospitalization. We didn't study silent infection. People were not tested without symptoms on those trials. I don't know how it got translated that these vaccines would protect people from infection. It was wrong then. It is wrong now. It's potential that you can make a vaccine better than natural infection, but it's very hard to do.
Hey, you hear that? That was Dr. Fauci way back in 2019 saying it's going to take a decade to prove mRNA COVID shots are effective. He said 10 years, a decade, if they're perfect. And that was Dr. Deborah Birx saying the COVID shots could never protect you against COVID infection. But now President Trump is getting attacked for saying drug companies need to publicly prove their success. Joining us now, FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary. Doctor, it's always great to have you on, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. They always knew COVID is a coronavirus, like a super cold. There's no vaccine for the cold.
Well, look, we're getting back to gold standard science and common sense. There were data early on that suggested the COVID vaccine reduced the severity of illness back when it was a good match for the circulating strain at the time. Coming out of Operation Warp Speed and that success, we did see a reduction in the severity of illness. But it's a different time and it's a different era, and the emergency is over. Now it is a different virus that's circulating, and there's broad population immunity. And nobody knows if you need a dose every year. Does a 6-year-old girl need 70 doses in her average lifespan? That has been a theory that has been untested, but put out as dogma. It's been put out as an absolute. And that's why so many people don't trust the CDC and public health officials. When you don't know something, you need to say, I don't know. And so President Trump is saying what most Americans are thinking, and that is, what is the real story on the data? And I'm proud to report that we've asked the vaccine makers to do a proper clinical trial. It's been 4 to 5 years since the last clinical trial. It's time to check in now with broad population immunity. Do healthy people need this? And so they are going to be conducting rapid clinical trials and reading out the results before May. And so we're going to get the result as to whether or not people need to keep taking these things.
I mean, Dr. Fauci.
For many people,
yeah, Dr.
Fauci, they may not. It out.
Yeah. Dr. Fauci said we don't know. He said that in 2019. He said it's going to take 10 years to know. We should point out Dr. Fauci co-authored a study 2 years ago acknowledging that shots for a coronavirus like COVID don't stop infections, but they can prevent the most serious symptoms, but that vaccines for other respiratory illnesses are effective, like for measles, mumps, rubella. I mean, the COVID shot enters the bloodstream. COVID is a virus. Isn't it a virus that first attacks the sinuses, doctor? Can you explain why the FDA does not support COVID boosters long term?
Because we don't have data to suggest that it's helping. And we do have hundreds of thousands of Americans who have said that they've been injured from this vaccine. And some people even believe that some of the cases of long COVID are actually cases of vaccine injury. There have been deaths in children after the COVID vaccine. And so what's a greater threat today in the modern era with population immunity and the current strain? And so those are questions we've been trying to get the answers to. We were told by the Biden administration they were going to investigate children who died from the vaccine. Well, now that I'm at the FDA, we are looking into those cases. And one thing that's clear is nobody from the Biden administration ever did any investigation or contacted the families as we are doing now, because people want hard, real data to make decisions, not dogma.
Interesting. FDA Commissioner Dr. Marty Makary, thank you so much, sir. That was really insightful. It's good to see you again.